Hello everybody. So this is my second video today. I must be feeling very pensive. I wanted to make a comment about toxic positivity, basically. I feel like there's a lot of buzz out there at the moment about, change the way you think and change your life. Always, which I, to be fair, absolutely believe that you can really shift your mindset and change the way you experience life. I'm a big believer in that. But I think what's missing in a lot of these kind of hypes is people's lived experience and the point of the journey in which they are at. So the same way if you were swimming, doing a transatlantic swim, congratulations to anyone who's capable of that, you can't see the other side yet. You can't see the shore on the other side. You're just swimming and having faith and getting through each moment that you can get through, trusting that you're going to get there. Like, you just know. I feel like the healing journey, especially where trauma is concerned, and that's a whole kind of another topic, because trauma isn't the event that occurs. Trauma is the response the body has to that event and how that continues to manifest within the being and within that person's physiology, psychology, you name it, right? And so you cannot determine what is going to be traumatic from one person to the next. Some people may experience something that's traumatic for them, others may experience the same thing and not have an ongoing trauma, even though it was a stressor. So just to clarify that part. But the point is, where trauma is concerned, there is a process in which someone goes through to heal that. And it's not linear and it's personal. It's a personal journey. And I think what's missing a little bit in this sort of pop psychology is we can't assume that everyone is at their point of the journey where they are ready to think their way out of it or create a new reality or change the way that they feel about something. Because a lot of the time, part of our traumas, and if I speak now to neurodivergent community and people that I've spoken to about their trauma that stems from being neurodivergent, a lot of the time the trauma comes from being invalidated and being made to feel like you need to be different to be accepted. It's like they getting this signal that, oh no, who you are, that's not right. Be like this. And then having to sit with that and be like, but that's not who I am. That's not my authentic expression of self. And then, of course, if you're neurodivergent, you don't know how else to be. You don't know how to be different or how to recreate yourself. And then a lot of us have tried to. We tried to recreate our personality or the way we show up or who we were at our core in order to be accepted, to be loved, to be... to feel like we belonged and we were connected. And I think that needs validating. I think while I do believe that we need to be empowering and we need to be empowered as people, as service users, we need to have a strengths-based approach and we need to be focusing on things that light us up and bring us joy and all that sort of thing. I believe there always has to be compassion and space held for the experience that caused the trauma, or that experience of being invalidated, or that experience of feeling like you couldn't be your authentic self. I think brushing over that and pushing straight into, oh, yes, yes, that happened to you, but how are we going to change your beliefs? Brushing over that can be re-traumatizing and triggering. And I'm speaking from experience here, which some of you may have already picked up on. And this is quite cathartic for me, and I would really love to hear what your experience is. But I found that when someone tried to push me into shifting my mindset too quickly into, it was almost like an unintentional ableism, right? It was like, I'm going to help you shift your mind so that you think like the positive psychology, neurotypical format. And so I think there's a space here for the exploration of what it means for someone who is neurodivergent to rediscover who they really are beneath any invalidation or anything that made you feel like you had to change who you were. And then what is the safe way to explore that and then to shift out of it? Because that's obviously what we want to do. We don't want to be carrying around the I'm not good enough and the, I need external validation and the people pleasing and a lot of these things that come with the masking that's been done, right? Where's that balance between validating the experience, seeing the person and saying, yes, that hurt you, and it's okay that you are hurt by that. That is valid. That is a valid response. And what we want to do is help heal that. So there needs to be space to sit with that and give those parts of oneself the attention that they weren't given back when this occurred, for example. And then how do we step with that person as a partnership through this process of discovery? And I think as practitioners, switching to another hat, we have to be aware of this, because I 100% believe that toxic positivity is a thing. And I also believe that staying in victimhood is also not beneficial. But what I'm getting at here is that there's this balance. And I also believe that there is an even further unique balance required for the neurodivergent community and their experiences of social and systemic trauma. And I would love to unpack this further with anyone who is interested, whether you are a practitioner, whether you are a consumer or an individual who has had an experience within the medical system, within a therapeutic experience, whatever it is. If you want to delve into this a bit more, I would just love to, because I really do think there's space here for all of us to learn and explore new ways. And I do believe this has to be a collaboration between professionals and service users who have the lived experience. I honestly, at the depths of my soul, believe that is how healthcare and health promotion and all of that should be developed anyway. As this kind of collaboration and team approach from, providers and service users. But yeah, I'd love to hear anyone's feedback on this topic, and also if anyone wants to hear more about, my experiences. I don't really want to sit here and do an info dump on everyone too often, but I think sometimes, if I'm honest, I think it's really validating to be able to speak my truth, which was one of my goals when I started unmasking and discovering who I was beneath all of what I thought I had to be, was to be able to be open and honest and speak about that broadly, and accepting that not everyone was going to love it, not everyone was going to agree, but that it was my truth. And hopefully that will help me connect to other people who perhaps feel the same, or shine a light on areas where perhaps people have felt isolated, and to build that community and that sense of not being alone, and that, stepping out can be scary, but also really exciting in finding who we really are and who our tribe is within the world. So yeah, thank you for listening. Please let me know if this resonates, and if you have any comments, I'd love to hear about it. I hope you have a beautiful day.